Mom Israel, Yahba Shem Al Shabrak a thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar, a thumb by Shem Al Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yala, and this is the Monday night history class. So tonight, we're gonna be getting into the murder of our precious children, you understand, over the history of the people of the nation of Israel. You understand? Now, of course, we seen what just happened with the young brother that was just shot by some 85-year-old oppressor, right? The brother Ralph Yarl, by 85-year-old oppressor for just ringing his doorbell. You understand? Matter of fact, Salakia, let me get the article, right? Because this is absolutely sad and is just disgusting and sickening. All right. Salakia, let me try. New York Times. Oh, 84-year-old is charged in shooting a black teenager who went to wrong house. Lawyers for the family of Ralph Yarl, 16, says he was critically injured when he was shot twice in Kansas City, Missouri. Understand? Of course, like I just stated earlier, he was shot by an 84-year-old devil. You understand? Or an oppressor. All right. April 17th, 2023. The errand that nearly cost Ralph Yarl his life was of the sort that falls to or Salaki that falls to older brothers everywhere. Ralph, a black 16-year-old Kansas City, Missouri, Salaki, a black 16-year-old in Kansas City, Missouri, has been sent to pick up his younger twin brothers at a friend's house on Thursday evening, his family said. But he mixed up the address, finding himself in front of a house on Northeast 115th Street instead of Northeast 115th Terrace. All right. So the young brother, he he received instructions from his parents to go pick up his two younger siblings, his two younger twin brothers. And instead of going to one address, he basically went to an address on a street right next to the street that he was supposed to be on. So he went to the wrong address by mistake. All right. And of course it was, this young brother's a kid, right? Instead of going to Northeast 115th Street, he went to Northeast 115th Terrace, all right, which is two different streets out there in Kansas City, Missouri. The white man who answered the door there shot him in the head and again in the arm after he fell, according to prosecutors. Now, this evil devil, you understand, seeing a young 15-year-old kid, and when you look at the pictures of this young man, this brother is not. He's not one of those 15-year-old kids that you can mistake for a grown man. You understand? This is a child that looks every bit of 15, if not younger than 15. You understand? He has no facial hair. He's not uh in a height range of 5'9" or 6 foot or anything like that. He's an average size 15-year-old kid. You understand? Now, when this devil seen this kid on his doorstep, the hatred that's in these devils put it in this oppressor's head to go ahead and murder this child just because he's on his doorstep. Now, This young brother is not in this oppressor's house. You understand? Nor is he opposing a threat. He just said, and this is an 84-year-old oppressor. You understand? He just seen. First of all, you gotta look at what's really going on here, right? He's seen this young brother at his door, and the first thing he thought was to grab his gun. Now, I can almost guarantee everything that I have that this oppressor is not going to answer the door if he's expecting a pizza to be delivered to his house or Amazon package to be dropped off around a certain time. Now he's seen this young brother ring his doorbell, and the first thing that was in his mind was, I got action to kill him because he's on my property. You understand? This is what these devils do. All right. Salaki, it said, I'm gonna read that again. It says the white man who answered the door there shot him in the head, right? So when he opened the door, he instantly shot this young brother in the head, pulled the trigger and striking him in his head because he wanted to kill this young brother. This is not, he don't feel threatened, and he wants to neutralize this person in a sense of just put him down until the police come. No, he wanted to take this young brother's life, all right? Because he shot him in the head first, all right? And then it says, and again in the arm after he fell, according to prosecutors. So not only did he shoot him in the head initially, but then when he fell and hit the ground, you understand, this devil shot him in the arm, all right? Somehow, Ralph made his way bleeding to another nearby house. There, he was told to lie on the ground while someone called for help, his family said. Strong young brother, you understand? Gunshot wound to the head and to the arm, and managed to still escape, you understand, being in front of this oppressor's house to where the oppressor can go ahead and finish the job off. Right? This is evil as hell. The homeowner who shot him, Andrew D. Lester, was taken into custody by the police for 24 hours, then released without charges Friday. Come on, man. This man, look. I'm gonna read this again, and then I'm gonna get Zechariah 11 and 5. The homeowner who shot him, Andrew D. Lester, 84, was taken into custody by the police for 24 hours, then released without charges on Friday. So they only arrested this devil and held him in custody for about 24 hours, which I know they fabricating it. I guarantee you it was less than 24 hours. You understand? Yahweh Shamar Lataba Shemi Awashad, the water princess for checking in. Appreciate it. All right. This devil was arrested for 24 hours and then released without charges. You understand? Now, let me get Zechariah in 11 and 5. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. You understand? The people that oppress the children of Israel in this empire, they slay us. You understand? And then they hold themselves not guilty because, of course, this oppressor, you understand, was a so-called Caucasian man. You understand? And he was taken into custody for 24 hours and then released without any charges because these oppressors slay us and they hold themselves not guilty. You understand? It's rare that you see some devil get prosecuted, you understand, charged and convicted of the murder of one of us, let alone one of our little children. You understand? Let alone a person that's of the nation of Israel that are in their youth still. You understand? Like it's so damn like, and then this is a reoccurring thing. You understand? You got this incident, the brother Ralph Yarl. You understand the incident that we reading about now? You got Trayvon Martin. You understand? You got Tamir Rice. You understand? You got what's the young brother name that got killed back in the day? Man, name just slipped my mind. Salakia. Emmett Till. You understand? And a plethora of other young brothers that lost their life to the perpetual hatred that these Edomites have for us. Matter of fact, Salakia, let me get that. Salakia, I'm going to finish this scripture. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. You understand? So we get enslaved by oppressors that hold themselves not guilty. You understand? And they sell us. Now, of course, we not in physical slavery. You understand how we was back in the day, but the way that they sell us today is they sell us into slavery in the prison system. You understand? You commit a crime because of economic reasons, and what do? They ship you all over California to different prisons. You understand? And certain private prisons just to make money off of you, just to get free labor off you. You understand? These oppressors hold themselves not guilty. But Salakia, let me get the book of Obadiah. Uh, what I want, what I want. Book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse, I'm going to go with verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You understand? These Caucasian men, women, and children are violent against the children of Israel. You understand? And when Christ comes to rescue the children of Israel out of this hellhole that we live in this country called America, you understand, and the rest of the empire abroad, you understand? Shame is gonna cover them, you understand? And they're gonna be cut off forever because of stories that we reading like this. You understand? This young brother made an honest mistake to go ring somebody's doorbell to go pick up his younger children to help out his family. You understand? Because they oppressed in this empire. They at work. You understand? They don't have the time to go get his younger siblings from the babysitter because they gotta go slave for these damn oppressors to make ends meet. So while this young brother is fulfilling the duty to actually help his parents to raise them, you understand, in a righteous manner, you understand, or raise them and make sure they have everything that they need. This oppressor opens the door on this young brother and sees that it's fair game to kill this child. You understand? And mind you, this is an 84-year-old man. This is not some 18, 19-year-old devil. You understand? That's close in age to this young brother, right? This is an 84-year-old demon. You understand? And he's way past old enough to be a father to this young black boy. He's old enough to be a great grandfather to this young black boy. You understand? So, Laki, I'm gonna get some more of this, and then we're gonna go back to the scriptures. All right. Uh, the homeowner who shot him, Salaki, I'm gonna read that again. The homeowner who shot him, Andrew D. Lester, 84, was taken into custody by the police for 24 hours, then released without charges on Friday. Over the weekend, anger began to spread in the community. Protests marched on Mr. Lester's home on Sunday, while Kansas City Police Chief Stacey Graves acknowledged the public frustration at a news conference. The teenager was released from the hospital on Sunday evening, his father said. Okay, Most High Christ, the young brother didn't lose life as far as what they saying, right? It was not clear. It was not clear if the teenager had knocked on Mr. Lester's door or if he rang the doorbell, but he did not cross the threshold into the man's home, Mr. Thompson said. The shots from a 32 caliber handgun were fired through a glass door, the prosecutor said, adding that there was no indication that any words were exchanged. Come on, man. This damn devil shot this young brother through the damn door. Like you can't pose a threat. You can't pose that much of a threat through a goddamn glass door. You understand? The door would first have to be open, and it said there was no indication that any words were exchanged. So, meaning this devil seen this young black boy on his doorstep, and without any words or any thought in his mind, he grabbed his pistol, a 32 caliber handgun. Which, if you know certain handguns, right, the 32 to 38, a lot of revolvers, you understand, and handguns of this caliber, these guns are very deadly weapon. This is not like a 22 or 25 or something like that, or a high .9 millimeter that might not do too much damage to you. You understand? This is a 32 caliber pistol. This young brother is lucky to be alive. You understand? But it says there was no indication that any words were exchanged. This devil didn't even have a conversation with this young brother to even feel threatened. You understand? He just heard his doorbell, or heard the door being knocked on, walked out there, and it could have been he had cameras on his house. He see this young boy walk up to the door before he even rings the doorbell, grabs his pistol, you understand, and go out there to go murder this young brother, right? It says, we understand how frustrating this has been, but I can assure you that the criminal justice system is working and will continue to work, Mr. Thompson said. Come on, man. How is the criminal justice system working, right? When this devil was arrested and taken into custody for only 24 hours and then released, right? Mr. Lester was not in custody when the charges were announced. Mr. Thompson said at the news conference that a warrant had been issued for his arrest and that his bail had been set at $200,000. I don't have any information regarding his specific whereabouts, he added, but it's my understanding law enforcement is aware of the situation and taking all appropriate action. Now, I don't necessarily know the laws in Kansas City or nothing like that, but if I know about California, in California, if you shoot somebody in the head and the arm, they could damn near be in your house. You going to jail for more than 24 hours. You understand? Like it must feel real good to be an oppressor in this empire. Because they literally get away with murder every goddamn day, especially if it's one of our people. You understand? One of our children. But Salakia, let's go to these scriptures. Let's go to the curses in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All right. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. If y'all could throw the comments on the YouTube page. I can't necessarily see them on the Facebook page, but the YouTube page I can be able to respond to you. And we can get it in. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm starting verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. You understand? This is a promise from the Lord that we're going to be set on high above all nations if we follow his law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? The reason why our children are being murdered by these goddamn devils and not being prosecuted, and nobody gives a damn when one of our children get hurt, is because we're not set on high, because we don't follow these law, statutes, and commandments as a whole. And the reason being is because of that goddamn Christian church. Them niggas with these gay suits on, you understand, that don't give a damn about the children of Israel and don't care about your children being murdered and shot and harmed by these oppressors. You understand? As soon as one of our kids get some wrongdoing done to them, all of these goddamn pastors, all they gonna do is tell you to go pray about it. You got to forgive, let go, and let God. Sing kumbaya, go march some goddamn where, which is evil and wicked as hell, because they going to sit up there and keep lying to you in that church just to get your money. You understand? Verse 2, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. And we supposed to have a whole lot of blessings. You understand? This don't sound like no blessing when a young brother goes to some devil's house, right? On accident to go pick up his two younger 11-year-old twin brothers, and then he gets shot in the head and the arm, and they arrest this damn devil for 24 hours, and then they let him go. And then they sent out a warrant for his arrest and give him a bail for about $200,000. Come on, man. God damn. Salakia. I've been in jail for assault rifles. I've been in jail for a whole lot of different things, and my bail was about $200,000. And this is not even for a shooting. Understand? This is literally for just getting caught with the gun. You understand? I've had a bail before at 18, 19 years old. You understand? Of course, when I was in the world, you understand, getting caught with an assault rifle, and my bail was higher than this damn devil's bail that shot a child. You understand? This is evil as hell. All right. So, Laki, I'm gonna jump down to verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. You understand? We cursed. This young brother got shot where? In Kansas City, Missouri. You understand? The name of this city has the word city in it. You understand? And then what happened after he gets shot? By the grace of God, the young brother lived, but this oppressor got released with no goddamn charges. And then they put a warrant out for his arrest, and his bail is only $200,000. Come on, man. This damn devil house is worth more than $200,000 that he shot this young brother on his doorstep. You understand? This is an 84-year-old Caucasian white man. You understand? Of course, he got 200,000 somewhere. You understand? So he whenever they do catch up with him, he gonna be right back on home at home. You understand? Eating whatever these goddamn Caucasians eat. You understand? Drinking whatever they drink, living a good life, and most likely, if he do get convicted of this crime, they gonna give him time served, or they gonna give him a slap on the wrist, and they gonna try to make it seem like this little boy posed a threat to this Caucasian man that got a gun in his hand on the other side of a goddamn glass door. It's evil as hell. You understand? But Salaki, I'm gonna jump down to verse 50. I'm gonna start at verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And you know who that nation is talking about. This is talking about the oppressor that runs planet Earth right now. You understand? This same nation that flies as swift as the eagle. You understand? I don't give a damn what Caucasian nation you bring up, whether it be the Nazis. You understand? Whether it be Poland, Czechoslovakia, all of these goddamn Caucasian nations, the Italians, you understand, the Romans, the Spaniards, all of them flew the eagle on a goddamn flag. You understand? Because that's what the Lord categorized them as. They fly as swift as the eagle. The eagle is the most I think it's the highest flying bird, you understand, and can see the farthest. And these goddamn oppressors, this is their characteristics. They want control and be able to see every goddamn thing on planet Earth. You understand? They want to be every goddamn where, right? Salakia, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. You understand? English is not blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians' first language. You understand? I don't know if you know that. We was taught this. We was beat this culture into us. Like all of these goddamn blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians that have last names of their slave masters, we didn't understand what a goddamn Gonzalez or a Rodriguez was at first. We didn't know what a Brown, a Smith was at first. You understand? We didn't know a Jefferson, a Jackson. We didn't know what none of that stuff was at first. That was their culture. You understand? And they beat their language and their culture into the children of Israel. This is the same people that rule over you today. You understand? The same ones that's unaliving your children every goddamn day in this empire. Reading on. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. These goddamn devils, they don't give a damn how old you are. They don't give a damn how young you are. You understand? And we reading about a young brother that's being killed at 15. You understand? I believe Emmett Till was about 13. Trayvon Martin was about 16, 17. Uh what was the other young brother's name? Uh um Tamir Rice. I forget how old that young brother was. But they used to kill us younger than that. You understand? We're gonna get in the scriptures too. But they used to feed our babies to alligators. They used to, right here in this empire, on the same soil that we call America. You understand? Infant children, children smaller than my 2 and 3 year old. They used to tie a rope around their neck, you understand, and use them as alligator bait in order to catch alligators. These are the same oppressors that actually run this damn empire today. You understand? It's just like this. Us as a people, you can train your child, you understand, to be exactly how you are, even without you trying to do it. You understand? Your children like the same type of food that you like because you've taught them to like it. You understand? A lot of us in California, we got a lot of relatives that's from the South. And if you listen to some of our accents, you can tell that, okay, he might got some Southern relatives because we don't speak in a vernacular of the Caucasians that's actually from California. We learned how to speak from our mothers and fathers who learned it from their grandmothers and fathers that's from Mississippi, that's from Alabama. You understand? That's from Texas. That's from Louisiana. You understand? We learned all of this behavior. You understand? In the way we conduct ourselves from our ancestors, from our mothers, fathers, grandmothers. You understand? And it's the same thing with these goddamn devils. They learned this hatred for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians from their grandfathers, from their fathers. You understand? From their grandmothers, from the history of this empire. You understand? That's in their culture. It's in their DNA. The scriptures say they have a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel. You understand? A hatred that's never going to stop. They never going to let up the hatred of us. You understand? Salaki. And another thing, it's the same thing with like you got to think about it. Look at every Caucasian that you see in this country. If you go back into their history and their genealogy, father to father to father, if you want to dig that deep into who the hell they are, then 10 times out of 10, you're going to trace their heritage back to a goddamn slave master. You understand? If you're a brother or a sister in this empire, you understand, and your last name is Jackson, Johnson, or Smith, and you got some Caucasian that lives in close proximity to you, or don't live in close proximity to you, chances are you can trace your last name. You understand? If y'all got the same last name, you can trace your last name to somebody that looks like them that had your people in slavery. You understand? Because everything is passed down from generation to generation. So when you look at these Caucasians, you got to understand, especially if you down there in Florida. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you done ran across a goddamn Caucasian man or woman or child. You understand that you don't know it, they don't know it, or maybe they do know it. But I know damn well you don't know it. But if you dig deep enough into their history, you're gonna find somebody that used to actually feed little black babies to alligators. You understand? And now you looking at the product of that goddamn devil, and he's acting like, oh, that never happened in his history, or he don't want that to be brought to reality or to be exposed. You understand? Which it is what it is. You understand? Salakia. Verse 51. And he shall, Salakia, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. Salakia, I'm going to drop down verse 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustedest throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God has given thee. You understand? To besiege is basically to surround you. You understand? That's what's going on in this goddamn empire with blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians living in the ghetto. You understand? We live smack dab in the inner city. And who live on the outskirts? All the oppressors with money. You understand? And what do they put in your neighborhoods? They put everything to destroy you right in your neighborhoods. You understand? Now, if you look at what happened with COVID-19, soon as you go to the neighborhood, you understand where you live at in the inner cities, everything in your stores was flying off the shelves. Like I would have bet my life that a real actual famine was in the near future in about a 6 month span. You understand? But when you look at them Caucasian people and where they shop at Whole Foods and all of that, they stuff wasn't flying off the shelf like that. You understand? Because number one, they already prepared for doomsday situations because they got enough money to prepare for that. You understand? You the people that's oppressed in these inner cities, excuse me, that the oppressor has surrounded, you understand, and made sure you stay right there in your quarters exactly where they want you at. So when the stuff hit the fan, you are the people getting the short end of the stick, and everything that's bad is going to happen to you. You understand? And that's exactly what happened in these scriptures. We gonna get to it. You understand? Salaki. Uh, Matter of fact, I'm gonna come back to that. Let me get Salakia. Get Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 5. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. Baba Kashaf, if y'all could. The book of Wisdom and Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 5. And also those merciless murderers of children. You understand? This 85-year-old Caucasian man is a merciless murderer of children. You understand? You know who else is? Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood. You understand? All of these racist police officers that's on records for killing our children just for being their nationality in this empire, whether it be black, Latino, or Native American Indian. You got your child got killed just because they was a nigga. You understand? And when I say nigga, I mean all 12 tribes. You understand? Read that again. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 5 in the Apocrypha. And also those merciless murderers of children. They have no mercy on our children. They look, they so bad with killing our goddamn children that they will allow an oppressor to get arrested for 24 hours and release him with no charges. Come on, man. You got brothers that literally go to jail for the rest of their life for stealing a goddamn slice of pizza. You understand? You got brothers that's gonna do 2 months in jail. You understand? Just because they got caught for DUI and nobody got hurt. You understand? But meanwhile, this goddamn oppressor, you understand? He can attempt to murder a goddamn child and still be released 24 hours later because these people are merciless murderers of children. They have no mercy on the children of Israel. All right. Salakia. And devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood. You understand? They devour men's flesh and feed off the blood of the children of Israel. You understand? This is what this country was built off of. This country is literally built off of killing blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You understand? And they eat off of it every goddamn day. You understand? They feed their damn children for you going to prison, for your relatives dying. You understand? The coroner get paid. You understand? The lead detective on the case gets paid. You understand? If a brother kills another brother in this empire, you understand? That brother that's going to go to jail for the rest of his life, the prison system is going to get paid. You understand? They feast off the blood of the children of Israel. Salakia. Let me see. Let me get go to Exodus. Let me get that what I want. Let's go to Exodus, the first chapter and the 15th verse. The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. You understand? This goddamn Pharaoh, right? He wanted these sisters that was Hebrew midwives, the sisters that help sisters deliver their babies. You understand? He wanted them to kill the boys. And why did he want them to kill the boys instead of the women? You understand? Because if they kill off all of the men, you understand, they can impregnate our women, you understand, and populate the land at that time with their own seed, and then change that our whole nation will be decimated, you understand, because they've raised up seed of these goddamn Hamites, you understand, and eradicated the children of Israel by slaughter. You understand? Because if you know science, you understand, you are what your father is. You understand? You come from the seed of your father. So, and of course, these Egyptians knew this. You understand? These Egyptians understood that men and women come from men. You understand? They come from the seed of men. So what they wanted to do was they wanted to eradicate the children of Israel by killing the little baby boys at birth. You understand? Salakia. But the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. You understand? These sisters wasn't with it. They like, nah, we ain't doing that, bro. We fear the Lord. You understand? Salakia. Verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why are ye done this thing and have saved the men children alive? What you need? What they use, brother? You? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and have delivered air, the midwives come in unto them. So he like, man, look, why you letting these children live? They like, look, these women ain't like these Egyptian women. Before we come in there to come help them deliver their child, they already have the baby before we even get in the room. You understand? Right? Salakia. Verse 20. Therefore God dwelt with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. You understand? So the Lord blessed these midwives, right? Verse 22. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. So this evil ass, excuse my language, this evil Pharaoh, you understand, hated the children of Israel so much and understood that these midwives would not kill these children. You understand? He took matters into his own hands and charged his people to start killing our babies, them goddamn selves. You understand? And that's exactly what's going on in this empire. And it started right here in the book of Exodus. You understand? In ancient Egypt, when we was in servitude to these goddamn Egyptians. You understand? And this is another thing too about you so-called blackity black or so-called conscious woke people talking about, oh, we was the Egyptians, kings and queens. Negro, you was not those people. You was the niggas that was getting killed by Egyptians. They wanted to kill you. They wanted to kill your babies just like today. You understand? The scriptures say, man, there's nothing new under the sun. You understand? What happened in the days of old, happening right now. They killed your babies back then in abortion clinics. You understand? And instead of you being able to abort your child while it was in the womb, they was having something called late term abortions right here in the scriptures in ancient Egypt. You understand? Let's get some more. Salakia. Where was I at? Go to Jeremiah 1 and 5. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. You understand? This is the Lord talking to Joshua. You understand? Meaning, the Lord understands that a child is alive in the womb. Understand? Back in the days of old, when our sisters was in they 100% righteous state of mind, you understand? They understood that the Lord, you understand? So like, let me get Psalms 127. They understood that a child was a blessing from the Lord. You understand? So sisters wanted to have babies back then. They would we our sisters wasn't brainwashed like how we are in this empire by these goddamn heathens. You understand? To abort your damn baby in hopes for a better life. You understand? Now, of course, in the times of us wanting to be like these other nations, you understand, in the days of old, we did think like this at times. We did think to kill our babies in hopes for a better life. You understand? But for our people actually understanding that we have to live how the Lord intended us to live and live, and us being in the righteous mind frame that the Lord wanted us to be in, our women looked at having children, understand, as a blessing. You understand, as something to be revered. You understand? Having a child to our women, it was like it was like it was better than having riches and $1 million at one point in time. But now, since we're in the empire up under the what's the word I'm looking for? Up under the tutelage of our slave master, you understand? Our sisters think in a whole opposite direction. But you got these sisters, Shifra and Pua, that was like, nah, we not killing these little babies, you understand? And of course, these sisters that was having our children back in the days of old, back in ancient Egypt, of course, they don't want their child to be killed. You understand? That's ridiculous. The book of Psalms, chapter 127 and verse 3. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. You understand? The children that the Lord blesses us with are just that. They are a blessing from God. You understand? Like, to have a child is like anybody that got kids, you understand, like when you have a child, whether it be a boy or a girl, whether you be a man or a woman, you understand, you look at this child as the most precious thing that you have, as a possession, one that you would love and care for, and you wouldn't want to see any harm done to it. You understand? Salakia. It's Salakia. But you know what I'm saying? Children are a blessing from the Lord. And if you understand us as a people and how much we supposed to have love for each other, you understand, you would understand that to to want to abort a baby, or being cool with a child being killed, is just so goddamn evil. You understand? And that's the ways of the oppressor. You understand? This oppressor, he just tried to murder this 15-year-old young brother. You understand? With no remorse. And of course, we see the criminal justice system is not working in the children of Israel's favor, because this goddamn devil got released within 24 hours with no charges brought up against him until after the fact. And then when they put the warrant out for his arrest, they talking about, we don't know where his whereabouts is. Man, it's a goddamn 84-year-old man. Where in the hell could he run to for real? You understand? Now, of course, we know these oppressors have a lot of resources and a lot of means to get out of Dodge. You understand? But at the same time, though, if the system worked for the benefit of the children of Israel, and they actually wanted to see justice for the crimes being committed against us, and he would have never got released. You understand? He would have got prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. You understand? On his way to being convicted of attempted murder, if this young brother don't die from his injuries later on. You understand? But Salakia, I'm gonna go back to Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. You understand? Before you born, you understand, the Lord knows you in that womb. You understand? Because you alive. All right. Salakia. Go to Luke chapter 1 and verse 42. The book of Luke, chapter Salakia. That's what I want. The book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 40. And entered into the house of Zacharias and saluted Elizabeth. This is Christ's mother, Mary, you understand, going to go visit her cousin, which is the mother of John the Baptist. You understand? Salakia. Verse 41. And it came to pass that when Elizabeth heard the solution of Mary, the baby leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was blessed with the Holy Spirit. You understand? Now, this, Elizabeth is pregnant with John the Baptist. You understand? One of the greatest prophets that lived in his time. You understand? Christ said nobody was greater than him. You understand? Now, this is a baby in the womb of his mother. You understand? And when Elizabeth heard Mary salute her, right? The baby jumped in her stomach. You understand? The baby leaped in her stomach, meaning this child was alive in the stomach. You understand? So if you plan on aborting your child, this is murder according to the scriptures. You understand? The book of Exodus, the 20th chapter. You understand? Thou shalt not kill, which translates to no murder. You understand? I believe it's the fifth verse or something like that. You understand? But that's murder if you do that. You understand? And our sisters don't understand that America has brainwashed our women into believing that you can get a better life if you abort your children, or you don't have to be responsible with your sexual lifestyle because you could just go ahead and get rid of this damn baby and keep pushing. You understand? That's the ways of the oppressor. You understand? Instead of the oppressor forcing you to abort your babies, they come up with this money for all of these damn programs and put propaganda out there to our sisters to make our sisters believe that they're doing something responsible by not bringing a child into this world that they can't properly take care of. You understand? I'm gonna let y'all in on some news. It really don't take money to damn feed a damn child. You understand? And then on top of that, you got a lot of government assistance programs, you understand, that caters to single mothers, right? Now, of course, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a struggle, especially if the sister didn't stay with the man that she lied down with and they didn't work together to raise this child, you understand? Don't abort the baby, you understand? Keep that baby and raise that baby up. Or if you don't feel like that you can raise the baby on your own, man, get in contact with any ISUBK school that's in your nearest area. You understand? And some brother and sister in that school will are willing to take that child in and raise that child up and nourish that child and nurture that child and train that child up. You understand, to follow the Lord so he can live a righteous lifestyle. So he's not going to a wrong neighborhood and get shot like this young brother because he would have a army and a family around him to make sure that that doesn't happen, right? Salakia. Let's go to get matter of fact, get Proverbs 22 and 6. Because this is what we supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to like Proverbs 3 and 31 says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You're not supposed to be choosing to murder a black, Latino, or Native American child because that's the ways of your oppressor. You understand? Instead, you're supposed to do this. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 6. Train a child up in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You understand? You're supposed to train your child up in the ways of the Lord. You understand? How brothers and sisters live in the ISUBK up under Commander General Yohana. That's the only way that you're supposed to be training your child up. You understand? It says, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. If you train your child up to be a goddamn drug dealer and the Lord don't choose him to be a priest and prophet of the Lord, he's going to be a drug dealer until he's old, or He's going to be a drug dealer until he gets killed. You understand? This is why big shout out to Commander General Yohana. Big shout out to General Muhammad. You understand? Captain REI, Captain 10,000 REI out there on the East Coast. I believe he's in Delaware and in Philadelphia. He has been in this truth his whole goddamn life. You understand? And at a young age of about 25, 26 years old, that brother's a captain in the IHBK. He's never tasted a piece of pork. He ain't never celebrated a birthday. You understand? Salakia. Yeah, Salakia. But you know what I'm saying? He's been trained up to be a priest and prophet in the Lord's army, you understand? And I'll bet my life that he's never going to leave this truth. You understand? Salakia. Uh, I'm gonna drop that. Let me get let's go to Second Kings, the 6th chapter. Book of Second Kings, chapter 6. Chapter 6 and verse 24. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. Now, the Syrians, you understand, they besieged Samaria, meaning they surrounded the city of Samaria. Now, Samaria is the capital city of the northern kingdom of Israel. You understand? This is where your northern tribes was living at one point in time. Judah, Benjamin, and most of the tribe of Levi was in the southern portion of the kingdom. This is this is where brothers like Christ, King Solomon, you understand, John, Paul, Peter, you understand, these brothers was from Judea. This is the region of the southern kingdom. Now the northern kingdom, you understand, you got brothers like Joshua, who else? Salakia, King Ahab, which was a wicked king. You understand? So forth and so on. You understand? The tribe of Simeon, the tribe of all the rest of the tribes besides the southern kingdom, the 2.5 tribes that I just named. All right. Now, Samaria is being besieged by these Syrians. Now, during this time, this is I want to say this is like right before the Assyrian captivity. You understand? But this isn't the times where the northern kingdom are at war, you understand, with these Syrians and a lot of these other nations, because of course there's wicked kings in the northern kingdom that's running the children of Israel, and we are indulging in the lifestyles of these heathens. You understand? So of course, when we indulge in a lifestyle of heathens, the Lord serves us on a silver platter to these heathens. You understand? Salakia. Verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria. Behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. You understand? Now, dove's dung is basically the feces of a dove. Now, our people was not eating a dove's feces. You understand? But the feces of certain animals was used, you understand, because they have gases and fumes that come off of them. They were used to actually start fires to be actually able to cook food. So a horse's head and dove's dung, it was sold at a very high price, you understand, higher than usual, because our people were being besieged at that time by the Syrians, and no food was being able to come out or come into Samaria, which is the capital of the northern kingdom of Israel, right? Verse 26. And the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall. There cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the wine press? He like, look, man, if the Lord ain't helping you, how the hell am I going to help you? I ain't got nothing for you. It's bad for all of us. You understand? Verse 28. And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she asked, and she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. Man, look, the northern kingdom doing so goddamn bad at this time. You got sisters bargaining they own children just for them to eat and stay alive. You understand? This sister like, look, okay, today, we ain't got nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since we had a meal. Today, we'll cook your son, you understand, in order for us to survive. And the next day, we're going to cook my son. Now, this is directly a curse that came out of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, Salakia. Let's go back to that. Because I just read this curse, and it's actually came to pass. And it's not the only time that this came to pass. This also happened during the siege of Jerusalem, you understand, after Christ died. You understand? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse and verse 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. This is exactly what's going on in 2 Kings, the 6th chapter. The Lord said, look, y'all don't follow my law, statutes, and commandments and observe it to a T, then all these curses are going to come upon you. And one of these curses is y'all going to be eating your sons and your daughters in the siege where your enemy is oppressing you. And right here in 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, you reading about it right now, right? Reading on. Verse 2, verse 2 Kings 6 and 29. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son that we may eat him. And she have hid her son. You understand? This sister, look, it was cutthroat back then. She was like, look, you kill your son today so we can have something to eat. And tomorrow I'm going to kill my son so we can have something to eat. So they ate the first sister's son. And then the second day, the second sister was like, man, I'm not giving up my son to eat. You understand? And all of this was going on is because our people was being oppressed by these Assyrians, by these Syrians, all right? You got sisters boiling their own children just to eat them. You understand? This is what happens when our people choose to indulge in a lifestyle of living like heathens. You understand? We kill our own goddamn kids. And on top of that, not only do we kill our own kids, but more often than not, and more often than us, the oppressor kills our kids and they don't even hold themselves accountable. They never get called to stand trial, you understand, and be found guilty or convicted of the murder of our children. You understand? Salakia. I'm going to drop down. Let me get First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, the 2nd chapter. It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 6. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, Woe is me! Wherefore was I born to see the misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of the strangers. This is Mattathias, you understand? Mattathias was the father of Judas Maccabees that led the revolt of the children of Israel fighting against the Greeks. You understand? Mattathias, he's looking at the turmoil. He's looking at the crimes. He's looking at the murder. He's looking at the robbery, the rape. He's looking at everything that's happening to the children of Israel and our land. You understand? Our holy city, Jerusalem. You understand? Judea. You understand? Our holy land. He looking at all of this crime that's being committed against us, and he said, "Woe is me," meaning, man, we destroyed. You understand? All of this evil stuff that's happening to my people, man, it's a damn shame that I was actually born to be able to see this nonsense. You understand? He's in mourning for the children of Israel, right? Salakia, verse 8. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. This is exactly what's going on today. He said her infants are being slain in the streets. They was killing our babies in the streets in Greece. You understand? So like, not in Greece, but during the time and the rulership of the Greeks. You understand? Our children were being slaughtered. You understand? And it says, her young men with the sword of the enemy. That's exactly what happened to this young brother, Ralph Yarl. You understand? He got shot. You understand? In the streets. You understand? He like these young brothers are being slain with the sword of our enemies. This what happened during the Greek captivity of the children of Israel. You understand? It happened way back then, right? And this is before Christ, just like it happened in ancient Egypt, just like it happened with the Assyrian captivity, just like it happened with the Babylonian captivity, the Persian captivity. Understand? This is a reoccurring thing in these scriptures. The children of Israel being slaughtered by our goddamn enemies because we want to be so much like these goddamn heathens. You understand? And it goes so bad to where our little children are getting the short end of the stick because we want to keep indulging in the lifestyles of living like these goddamn heathens. Salakia. In fact, let me drop that. Let's go to Matthew's, the 2nd chapter, right? Let's go to Christ's time. You understand? The Romans did it as well. The Romans did it as well. Y'all think this is a fairy tale book for all you so-called conscious community people and think, oh, the white man wrote that book. The white man ain't write this book. The children of God wrote this book. You know why? Because the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is a goddamn liar. You understand? If oppressor wrote this book, then why is there so much history of black people being murdered by Caucasians in this book? If the devil wrote this goddamn book, then why is being a homosexual against the rules of God still in this book? When we know your oppressor is an advocate for the LGBTQ community. You understand? He put Obama in office just so some dark face can legalize alternative lifestyle marriage. You understand? So they can make it seem like some black man put this into play. When meanwhile, this was the oppressors. This was his agenda all along. You understand? This book wasn't written by no goddamn devil. When you look at this book, the Apocrypha, you understand, in the history of it, how the Roman Catholic Church took this book out of here, and this bridges the gap between the Old and the New Testament. And this book will give you everything that you need to understand why Israelites was called Gentiles in the New Testament. It's because they beat us out of our culture and beat their culture into us, starting right here with these goddamn Greeks. You understand? Up under Alexander the Greek, which was a goddamn pedophile, a damn LGBTQ community member. You understand? And the generals that he had rule his kingdom after he passed away, they killed us for keeping our goddamn culture. This is why you got niggas like Paul, you understand, that was mistaken for a goddamn Egyptian when he spoke Greek. You understand? Salakia. And then you got to be a cold sucker to actually see the children of Israel in the ISUBK sighing and crying for the atrocities that's being committed against our people in this empire, and telling us we spewing hate, telling us that we can get our point across, you understand, without yelling at the top of our lungs and being so offensive to people. The scriptures say oppression maketh a wise man mad. You understand? If you don't know that you're oppressed, then you're not going to be mad. You understand? If you don't have the wisdom to understand the crimes that's been committed against your people, and everything that happened to the children of Israel in this empire is not our fault, then you're just gonna be some weird nigga with a suit on telling you to forgive your enemies that had you in slavery. You understand? Push crack cocaine in your community. You understand? And took your fathers out the household and turned your sisters into whores, your mothers into dolphins, you understand, and killed all of your goddamn political leaders that actually gave a damn about the children of Israel. You understand? Salakia, excuse me. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse. The book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse. Salakia, book of Matthew, chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. I'm gonna just go ahead and go through this whole chapter, right? Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? For we have seen in his star, for we have seen his star in the east and came to worship him. You understand? You see, you know how niggas worship the stars today? Well, niggas worship the stars back in the days of old. You understand? And they was reading the constellations, worshiping the stars, saying, oh, the king is born. He's right over there where that star then landed on planet. Right over there where that star is, in the area up under that damn star. So they knew where Christ was at because they worshiped the goddamn stars. You understand? And of course, this is not something that the children of Israel are supposed to do. You understand? Because the Lord said we shall have no gods before him. You understand? Jeremiah, the 10th chapter tells us to be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, because the heathen are dismayed at them. Meaning these heathens, they was reading the constellations and worshiping stars and all this nonsense and this BS. That's not our culture. But time and time again, of course, niggas want to be like the other nations. You understand? Because the Lord said we're stiff-necked people, meaning we hard-headed. So niggas was worshiping stars back in these times. You understand? Salakia. Verse 3. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all of Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. You understand? And the reason why Herod was troubled is because he understood that, first of all, Herod was the king of the Jews, but he was not an Israelite. You understand? He was an Edomite set up over the children of Israel by the Roman Empire. That's why I say this apocrypha. You understand? These 16 or so books that was taken out by the Roman Catholic Church. It's so very important, because when you read in this apocrypha, the first and second book of Maccabees, then you will understand how the Greeks got in charge over how the Romans got in charge over the children of Israel after the Greeks lost to the Romans. You understand? You will understand who put the Romans in charge, and the league that we made with the Romans and so forth and so on. You understand? But Salakia, reading on. Verse 4. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. You understand? So he went to go get the chief priests and the scribes and rounded them up. And he was like, he demanded of them, man, where is Christ going to be born in? Right? Verse 5. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for this it is written by the prophet. You understand? Now, of course, they these chief priests, you understand, and scribes, they was referring to the Old Testament. You understand? He's going to be born in Bethlehem because the prophet said that Christ was going to be born in Bethlehem. You understand? Salakia. Matter of fact, let me get that scripture. Bear with me. Book of Micah, chapter 5 and verse 2. This is the book of Micah, chapter 5 and verse 2. But thou, Bethlehem, Ephraim, Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that it is to be ruler in Israel, whose going forth have been from of old, from everlasting. You understand? Micah prophesied about Christ being born in Bethlehem. You understand? And that's what they talking about. They talking about what Micah prophesied in the Old Testament. All right. Salakia. Verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art thou, Salakia, art not thou least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. You understand? Matthew 2 and 6 is a direct precept of Micah chapter 5 and verse 2. All right. Verse 7. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me word, bring me word again, that I may go and worship him also. You understand? So, of course, Herod being a goddamn devil, you understand, and being a subtile beast of the earth, he's trying to make it seem like he want to go worship Christ. But the whole time he got intentions of going over there, killing Christ, because he understands that Christ is the end of him being in rulership over the children of Israel. And it's the end of the oppression of the children of Israel by these other nations. You understand? And him believing that Christ is to be born, he's not understanding the prophecies in its entirety. He think as soon as Christ is born and when he come of age, that this is the time when Christ is actually going to rule over the children of Israel. But he don't understand the spirit that Christ came in. You understand? To actually wake blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians up. That way we can be ready for the kingdom to come after Christ has been the sacrificial lamb for the children of Israel. You understand? Salakia. Verse 9. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was born. You understand? So they went over there. They gave Christ's mother gifts for him. You understand? And they went to go see Christ, right? Salakia. Verse 12, jump down, verse 12. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. You understand? So the Lord came and warned them, you understand? Don't go tell Herod that Christ is born. You understand? Because if you do, I'm gonna deal with y'all. You understand? Because the Lord understood the what was in Herod's heart, what was in Herod's mind. He ain't want to come worship Christ. He wanted to come kill Christ. He wanted to stop Christ from ruling over the children of Israel so he can continue to live rich and delicious of our people being destroyed, right? Salakia. Verse 16. Jump down to verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise man, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and in the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Come on, man. This goddamn devil, you understand, seeing that he was tricked. So what did he do? He just killed all of the children from 2 years old on down. You understand? He just killed all of the children to basically in his mind, by killing all of them children, one of them gonna be Christ. You understand? If I don't know exactly which one is, then I'm gonna just kill them all. You understand? That way, I ain't got nothing else to worry about, and I can go ahead and get rid of Christ. You understand? Just because, hey, since these wise men they played me, I know how I'm gonna do it. You understand? Instead of just killing Christ by itself, hell, I'm gonna just kill them all because one of them got to be Christ. You understand? There go the history of our people being murdered in these goddamn, our children being murdered in these empires. You understand? By these heathens. You understand? Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You understand? Once again, I'm Priest Officer Karayala, the ISUBK, Abundant Commandant General Yohana. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. You understand? And it's been another Monday night history class. Yahba Shem Yahushua Barak a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar a thumb by Shem Yahushua to the sisters. Shalom, Israel.